Okay, so large language models. Really fascinating stuff.
Absolutely.
And it seems like every day there's some new breakthrough AI writing code, composing music, even having conversations that sound, eerily human.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Most of these models are still pretty good at those textbook problems.
Uh-huh.
The ones with those clear right or wrong answers.
Right.
But what about the messy, open-ended stuff? The kind of reasoning we humans do every day.
Yeah, that's the real challenge, isn't it?
Exactly.
Getting AI to think more like we do, to grapple with nuance and ambiguity.
And that's where this new model, Marco-1, is really shaking things up.
It really is. It's tackling those complex, nuanced problems that have, for so long, been considered the exclusive domain of human intelligence.
Like what kinds of problems? Give us some examples.
Well, we're talking about things like understanding slang, interpreting ambiguous information, and even reflecting on its own reasoning process to catch errors.
Hold on, the AI is second-guessing itself. Like, maybe I messed that up.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, and it all comes down to how Marco-o1 is built. It's based on an existing model, Quinn 27b Instruct, but they've added some incredibly clever techniques to really take it to the next level.
Okay, unpack some of those techniques for us. What makes Marco-o1 so special?
One of the key innovations is what they call chain of thought fine-tuning, COT for short.
COT, got it.
So instead of just spitting out an answer, Marco-o1 actually shows its work. It lays out its reasoning step by step, just like you would if you were solving a problem, in a textbook.
So it's like we're getting a peek inside the AI's brain,
Right.
making sure it's not just guessing, but actually thinking things through.
Exactly. That transparency is crucial, not just for understanding how the AI works, but also for building trust in its decisions. If we're going to rely on these models for important tasks, we need to be able to see how they're getting to their conclusions.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Right.
Okay, so COT is like having the AI show its work.
Mm-hmm.
What else is in its toolkit? What else makes it tick?
Well, another fascinating piece of the puzzle is the use of monotar tree search, or MCTS. Imagine the AI exploring this maze of possibilities, trying different paths to find the best solution.
Okay, so it's not just considering one line of reasoning, it's weighing different options, almost like a chess player planning their next move.
That's a great analogy. It's constantly evaluating different paths, calculating the probabilities of success, and choosing the most promising route.
Okay, this is blowing my mind a little.
Yeah.
So we've got COT for transparency, MCTS for exploring possibilities, and you said something about the AI being able to catch its own errors.
Yeah.
How does that work?
That's where the reflection mechanism comes in. They actually programmed Marco-o1 to stop and rethink its answers, to question its own assumptions, and to look for potential mistakes.
Wait, so it's like the AI is having a metacognitive moment, like, hold on, did I miss something?
Exactly. And this self-critique loop, it actually leads to some amazing results. In their testing, they found that Marco-o1 was able to solve problems that it initially got wrong by going back and reevaluating its reasoning.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's learning to be more self-aware,
It
to
is.
catch its own biases and blind spots. That's a huge step forward.
Absolutely. It's moving us closer to AI that can truly think critically and not just blindly follow a set of rules.
Okay, so we've got Yuki, MCTS, and this reflection mechanism that's basically AI self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of problems can Marco-o1 actually solve with all this? What can it do?
Well, they tested it on this data set called MGSM, and it's got all sorts of logical reasoning puzzles.
Okay.
And get this, they used both the English and Chinese versions of the data set.
How did Marco-o1 do?
It aced it.
Wow.
And here's the really interesting part. Even though it was trained primarily on English data,
Yeah.
Marco-o1 performed incredibly well on the Chinese data set too.
So its reasoning skills, they're generalizable across languages. Like it's not just memorizing patterns in a specific language, but actually learning something deeper about logic and reasoning itself.
Precisely. It suggests that we're moving towards AI that can think more abstractly, more like we do.
Okay, that is huge.
Yeah.
So we know it can solve logic puzzles, but they didn't stop there, right? Didn't they want to see how well it handled more nuanced language too?
They did indeed, and this is where things get really interesting. So They decided to test Marco-o1's ability to translate slang and colloquialisms.
Oh, interesting.
And think about it, you can't just do a word-for-word swap with slang.
Right.
You need to understand the culture, the humor, the unspoken meaning behind the words.
Absolutely. I've had some hilarious mishaps with Google Translate in the past,
Oh, yeah,
especially when it comes to slang.
I can imagine.
It's like it translates the words, but totally misses the point.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get the context.
No, not at all.
Well, get this. Marco-o1 blew Google Translate out of the water. They have some specific examples in the paper, figures 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
And it wasn't just getting the translations right, it was capturing the nuance that other tools missed completely.
So give us an example. What kind of slang are we talking about?
Okay, so there's this one example that really cracked me up.
Good.
They fed Marco-o1 a Chinese phrase that literally translates to, "This shoe offers a stepping on poop sensation."
Wait, what? Stepping on? Okay, I have no idea where this is going.
Wait, you'd think it was an insult.
Yeah.
But Marco-o1 understood that it was meant to be humorous, a playful way of praising the shoe's comfort.
Okay.
And get this, it translated it to, "This shoe has a comfortable sole."
Wow. That is both hilarious and seriously impressive.
Right.
It's one thing to solve a logic puzzle, but understanding the subtleties of slang, that's a whole other level of linguistic intelligence.
It really is.
It's like, it's not just processing language, it's starting to grasp how we use language to express ourselves with all our humor and cultural quirks.
Exactly. It points to this potential for these models to go beyond just generating, grammatically correct text.
Right.
They're starting to understand those unspoken rules of communication, the way meaning is conveyed between the lines.
So this is way bigger than just having an AI that can, write a email or pass a Turing test.
Oh, absolutely.
This is about AI that can understand us on a deeper level, that can participate in meaningful conversations, and even contribute to creative endeavors.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. It is.
And it brings up some fascinating questions about, the future of communication, creativity, even of what it means to be human.
Right.
If AI can understand the nuances of language this well, what other human skills might it be able to learn?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It really is.
And the researchers behind Marco-o1, they're already exploring new avenues.
They are.
They mentioned using techniques like outcome and process reward modeling to refine its decision-making even further.
Yeah, that's really interesting stuff.
Break that down for us. What does that mean?
Okay, so imagine you're not just grading a student on whether they got the right answer, but also on how they got there. Did they show their work clearly? Did they use sound logic?
Yeah.
That's essentially what outcome and process reward modeling is doing for Marco-o1.
I see.
It's not just about the end result. It's about the quality of the reasoning process.
So they're essentially training the AI to think more critically.
Yes.
To not just follow a set of rules, but to understand the underlying principles and make judgments based on those principles.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It's like, teaching someone not just to follow a recipe, but to understand the science of cooking so they can adapt and innovate in the kitchen.
That's a great way to put it.
Which is essential when you're dealing with complex, real-world problems where there isn't always a clear solution.
Absolutely. It's the difference between just knowing facts and being able to truly think. To analyze, to synthesize, to evaluate information in a way that leads to meaningful insights.
And that's where I think the potential of Marco-o1 and LLMs in general becomes really exciting.
Right.
It's not just about building machines that can do things for us. It's about building machines that can help us understand ourselves better.
That's a brilliant point. By studying how these models learn and reason, we might gain new insights into how our own brains work.
Yeah.
It's like we're holding up a mirror to our own intelligence.
That's a great analogy.
Exploring the nature of thought, of consciousness,
Now we're getting philosophical.
Oh, no, right?
But this research is truly mind-blowing. It feels like we're witnessing a paradigm shift in our understanding of AI and its potential impact on humanity.
I agree. It's a remarkable time to be alive. And while it's still early days, the progress is both, it's remarkable and, let's face it, a little bit daunting.
Yeah.
We're on the cusp of something truly transformative. And it's crucial that we approach it with both, enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution.
Absolutely.
We need to be having these conversations,
Yeah.
exploring the possibilities, but also the potential challenges that come with this level of AI sophistication.
Agreed. We need to make sure that these tools are used responsibly, ethically,
Yes.
and ultimately for the benefit of all humankind.
Well said. It's like We're navigating uncharted waters,
Hmm.
and we need to be prepared for whatever lies ahead.
So this Marco-o1 model,
Yes.
it's just one example of the amazing advancements happening in the world of LLMs.
It is.
But it's a powerful reminder of just how much potential these technologies have to change the way we think, the way we communicate, and ultimately the way we solve problems.
Absolutely. And the possibilities, they really do extend far beyond what we might initially imagine. It's almost like we're stepping into a science fiction novel, but it's happening right here, right now.
Right. It's pretty crazy to think about.
It is. So think about fields like education. Imagine every student having access to a personalized AI tutor
Oh, wow.
that can adapt to their individual learning style, give them real-time feedback,
Yeah.
and really challenge them to think critically.
That'd be amazing. No more one-size-fits-all learning.
Exactly. And it goes way beyond education. Think about creative fields, writing, music, art.
Uh-huh.
These models could become powerful tools for artists,
Yeah.
helping them overcome creative blocks, explore new ideas, push the boundaries of what's possible.
So instead of replacing human creativity, they're enhancing it,
Yeah,
acting as collaborators.
exactly. And what's so exciting is that this research, it's not happening in some secret lab
Right.
hidden away from the public. Marco-1, like many other LLMs, is being developed in the open source community.
That's huge.
It
I mean,
is.
more people can access these tools, experiment with them, contribute to their development. It's like the whole world is becoming a giant AI laboratory.
Yay! It really is. It's a democratization of cutting-edge technology, and that's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it's both exciting and, if I'm being honest, a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the edge of something truly transformative.
You're right. There's definitely a sense of awe and maybe even a little apprehension
Yeah.
that comes with this level of technological advancement. But I believe the potential benefits, they far outweigh the risks as long as we proceed thoughtfully, responsibly,
That's the key. You
right?
can't just blindly embrace the technology without considering the ethical implications, the potential for bias, the need for safeguards. It's like we're navigating uncharted waters,
We are.
and we need to be prepared for whatever lies ahead.
Absolutely. We need to be having these conversations now, while these technologies are still in those early stages.
Right.
We need to be thinking critically about the role we want AI to play in our lives and in society as a whole. And it's not just up to the researchers and the developers, it's up to all of us to engage with these ideas, to educate ourselves, and to participate in shaping the future of AI.
So to our listeners out there, we encourage you to keep exploring these ideas. This deep dive, it's just scratched the surface of what's happening in the world of LLMs.
It really has.
There's so much more to learn, so much more to discuss. And the future of AI, it's being shaped right now.
It is.
So join the conversation, make your voice heard, and let's work together to make sure this technology empowers humanity
Yeah.
and helps us create a better world for all.
Absolutely. Well said. The future, it's not something that just happens to us. It's something we create together.
Right.
And by embracing the possibilities and the responsibilities of AI, we can steer this ship towards a future where technology and humanity, they coexist and thrive.
I love that. What a fantastic note to end on. This has been an incredible journey, exploring the world of Marco-o1 and those broader implications of LLMs.
It has.
We've delved into some cutting-edge research, tackled some big questions, and hopefully ignited your curiosity to learn even more.
I hope so.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing those boundaries of what's possible. Until next time, happy diving.